walked past me, so I was like, oh, cute hot guys. I'm gonna go that way to get food. Hey guys, so story time today. Lindsay Andrews here, and we're gonna talk about that time that I totally freaking wimped out. Yeah. So if you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, you probably already know that, even if you don't know who it is, but the other day I was at the Las Vegas airport, and I totally passed up an opportunity to talk to my absolute hero. And the best I got was a half of my face selfie with like him in the background, and my hair is like frizzy and in the way and you can't even hardly see who it is. But yeah, it wasn't good. Okay, so basically what happened was I was in Vegas, like on a connection flight, coming home from my cousin's wedding in Utah. And I was like chilling at my gate, and I had like I had already had like a 3.5 hour layover, and then my flight kept getting delayed. I can't believe I freaking like talking about this. Like, I feel such like an idiot. Mainly because everyone has like yelled at me for not talking to him. So I'm like sitting there, and like I keep seeing people walk past. I literally was just like sitting there people watching for like hours because I had nothing else to do. And so I look up, and I like, at a quick glance, I see this guy, and I was like, holy shiznits. So I'm not going to cuss on my channel. I was like, that really looks like Marshawn Lynch, but it wasn't. I was like, all right, whatever. So it was just like bizarre. I was like, huh, I wonder what if he was here. So I'm chilling there, and then like the gate attendant comes over, and she's like, yeah, so there's gonna be another delay. We're still waiting for like its flight to come in so that like these people can make their connection. So, if you want to get food, you better go get it, because, the only thing they're serving on the plane is like crackers and peanuts, and well, I can't even eat the crackers because I'm gluten-free. So I was like, all right, well, I better go get food. And I just noticed, the UCLA basketball team, the men's basketball team, had just walked past me. So I was like, oh, cute hot guys. I'm going to go that way to get food. Yeah. I'm such an idiot sometimes, I swear. Yeah. So I was like, I might as well go towards the cute tall men who are probably all like 5 to 6 years younger than me, because now I'm getting old. Yeah. Some of them are probably like 7 or 8 years younger than me now that I think about it. Oh well. Okay. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get food. And I mean, since I'd been there for so long, when I first got off my like first flight, I went and I ate, and there was this other woman who was like sitting across from me, and she had made a comment. She's like, oh, before you fly, you should go down to Payway and get some fried rice. Because we were talking about being gluten-free. She was too. She was, I think they have gluten-free fried rice. You should grab some and bring some on your plate. So I was like, all right, whatever. I didn't know that the direction I was going to Payway was, but whatever. So I went down, and I'm like walking, and I'm just kind of like dilly-dallying because I have like a lot of time, and I wander into these different little shops looking for food, whatever, and I find like this really nice like little stand that's got like all natural food, and I'm like looking at it because then I can probably find something gluten-free, and it's right next to the UCLA basketball team. Yeah. Alright, so I was done being lame, and I started walking back towards my gate, and like I couldn't find food, and I walked into this little like mart thing, and I found like grapes, and I was gonna get them until I realized it was freaking $7 for like 15 grapes. Like, are you serious right now? $7 for like a handful of grapes? Really, people? Freaking stupid airport food. Holy crap. Okay, so obviously I didn't get the grapes because I was like, I'm not paying $7 for, 15 grapes. So then I'm walking past it, like back past, and I was like, oh, that's Payway. And I like didn't even register that it was Payway. I was like, eh, whatever. And like there was like a big group of guys like sitting at the bar. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll like walk in and like order food to go or something. And as I literally get to like the doorway, I like come to an utter like standstill, stop, like freeze, like up, suddenly get all, I cannot explain to you like the feeling that came over me. Like I freaking froze. I wanted to throw up. I got so hot and like flustered and but sitting right there was my idol with his big beast mode hat on, right there, and a big award and a bunch of flowers. But Marshawn Lynch, former running back for the Seattle Seahawks. If you guys know, I am a literal, I am the biggest die-hard Seahawks fan there is. And on top of being the biggest die-hard Seahawks fan there is, I'm like the biggest die-hard Marshawn Lynch fan there is. Like so much so that like as I walked in there, I didn't realize until like after being there like this freaking out for 2 minutes, I actually had my Marshawn Lynch jersey with me in my purse. That I could have gotten signed because he was sitting right freaking there. But I literally, like I said, I froze up. I like was shaking uncontrollably. I thought I was gonna puke. I like kind of like after I stopped and froze at the doorway, I like walked in and like walked past him and was kind of like trying to be cool, not at all though going well. And I had hanging out of my purse, I had my Seahawks lanyard, and I literally was like flipping it out, like trying to like make sure he saw it to be like, hey. No, and yeah, so he would initiate a conversation because that's how my brain works. That didn't work. Don't try that. So I'm standing there and I'm like, this guy is like, hey, do you want a seat? I'm like, no, I'm just gonna order something to go. Don't worry about it. But like I like kind of belly up to the bar and I like try and compose myself enough to like order some fried rice to go. And these guys are like really like crazy all sitting around the bar, and I realized that's because they're hammered and they're there for a bachelor party. Vegas bachelor party. It makes sense. One of the guys actually asked me, like I had a choker on and asked me for like if he could borrow one, and I literally like happened to have an extra one in my bag and I like threw it at him and then he couldn't get it on. So I like offered to help him, and I went to go help him and my hands are doing this and he goes, what? Am I that good looking? I'm like, no. Do you know who that is standing right behind me? And he's like, what? I'm like, that's Marshawn Lynch. And he's like talking about trying to give me a picture. I was like, stop, no. Because, my thing is I love him and I know that he doesn't like media. He doesn't like the attention, doesn't like all that. So like I didn't want to like interrupt him and whatnot. And I just realized I've been babbling about this for 8 minutes. So I'm going to start like winding this down. But yeah, so he's like sitting there and like another one of the guy's buddies like literally grabbed me, like thought I was going to faint and was like, are you okay? Like, you need to sit down, because I was literally doing this like, so my food came out and I like gave the guy my choker to wear, because I don't know what was going on with that situation. Any other time I probably would have been like mad flirting with these gorgeous men that were all sitting around the bar. But I was like literally like I couldn't compose myself. He was just like literally from like me to my camera right now, which is like an arm's length, was like me to Marshawn Lynch. And I said nothing. Like literally nothing. Like I will post the picture. Somewhere in here about how like close behind me he was and that you can't see, and I completely wimped out. And the reason I think I wimped out is because well, first of all, I'm like really bad at like disturbing people and wanting to like take a picture with them. But like I literally, if I had opened my mouth to him, I'm pretty sure I would have thrown up. And I mean, I've met a lot of the Seahawks players, like I've met a lot of NFL players in general, like hung out with NFL players and never had an issue. But no, freaking, you put Marshawn Lynch in the room with me and I'm turned to mush. Like literally couldn't compose myself, couldn't form a complete sentence, shaking violently, like a literal stranger grabbed me and asked me if I was okay and thought I was gonna faint. I thought I was gonna faint. Yeah. Yeah, so there's my story time. I grabbed my food and left and got on a plane and called my dad like, oh my God, do you see who's behind me in this picture? And he yelled at me for not saying anything, and then I posted it on Instagram and everyone yelled at me for not getting a picture with him and talking to him. Got to work the next day and everyone yelled at me for not talking to him. Literally, I've gotten nothing but people yelling at me saying, why wouldn't you talk to him? All of my girlfriends have been like, oh, well, if I was with you, yeah, no, I know. They would have dragged my ass over there. I just cussed on my channel. Oopsie. And made me, you know, take a picture with him and say hi, or even like ask for a picture. He could have said no, you know. But yeah, so there's my story. I suck at this really badly. Yeah. So if you ever see Marshawn Lynch out there, tell him I say hi, because I love him and I suck. Alright guys, I know this was really long. I drug on and on and on, but if you liked my awful story about totally being terrible at life over here, give me a thumbs up. Can I get a Go Hawks down below in the comments? That'd be awesome. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every week, or at least I try to. Yeah, so Go Hawks. Marshawn, if you ever see this, I love you. Yeah. Bye, guys.